like that. So when it came to my academics, you know,
I feel like it's important to take academics seriously because
I'm very proud of you guys. So you say your first offer was October 1st, and how many do you have now? 11. You have 5.
Yes, sir, and a yes, man goes a long way. Be respected.
Amen.
Amen. Respect.
Introduce. So right here we have Josue Garon, we have Maurice Campbell, we have Ishmael Campion. All right, these are guys that I coach here at Northbrook High School. Watch these guys go up from freshmen all the way to seniors. That I saw how sports help change them, help them through adversities, help them get through situations in life by sticking with the sport. Take us through your journey when you first got into sports.
I was first introduced to sports really when my older brother, Junior, he started playing football in middle school, I think. I remember him going to one of his games. It was my first time ever actually seeing a football game in person, apart from like watching like the Texans play and stuff. I seen him playing running back and ran a kid right over. And from that moment on, I knew I wanted to be just like him playing football.
So you seeing some violence happen, knew you wanted to be a part of that.
I always love sports. I love competing, so I feel like that's something that really started the spark. I don't like losing. I don't like losing at all. So I was always a competitive person when I grew up. As far as football, I first started when I was a freshman spring ball. I was in the hallways, and like I was a very nervous kid. So Coach Wallace came up to me and he was like, spring football is gonna start. If you're interested, come out and start. I really didn't know what to say, and I was scared, so I just said yeah because I was scared. So,
Let's take us through your journey when you first got introduced into sports.
Well, it all started back in 8th grade whenever we was in the gym hooping, like, cause I wouldn't really like eating lunch at the school, so I was cool with the coaches. They just let me go in there, hoop by myself, play with the 7th graders, and I just love competing. Never like to lose. Like even if I lost, we run in the back. I don't care if I'm tired. I'm not going no loss. I gotta win. So when I got into high school, it was just one of the plays. Found my way, learn the game, learn from it. Found some good brothers. Yeah, that's how my journey started.
Just from listening to all you guys started around middle school.
Yes, sir.
Around, so what, 13 years old when you guys really started getting introduced to sports?
Mine was elementary.
Elementary? All right.
I was a freshman.
Freshman, so high school. Can you talk about the coaches that played a significant role in your development as an athlete?
Yes, sir. In Little League, I had a couple coaches that their main focus wasn't really on winning. We won a lot of ball games, but their main focus was building up kids to prepare them to be young men. And they focused a lot of their coaching style on teaching us respect, making sure we had good grades, stuff like that. Then coming into high school ball, you was a big part of it. You helped me control my temper a lot. Freshman, sophomore year, I remember getting into arguments, fights at practice, and you was the only coach I could really ever listen to. And you taught me how to like control it, learn how to manage my anger, manage my temperament, stuff like that.
Because that's very important, because it goes deeper beyond, you know, being a hot temper on the field, because eventually, you know, you're going to step off the field and you're going to be in the real world amongst other people. You can't just have a hot temper all the time, you know.
Influential coaches was Coach Wallace, of course. He helped me find God. Well, not find God, but learn more about God and who He is. That's the start. Another coach is Coach Bush. I look up to him as like another father. He isn't like a football prodigy, like a guru, but he still he helps me be a young man.
Significant coaches that help you develop as an athlete.
Yes, sir. It was you. It was the teaching me the ways of controlling the anger to put it towards positive. But you got to change who you're around in your environment. So you the one who showed me that.
What it comes down to is character. You know,
Sure.
like so sports help you find a role model, which ultimately helps you build character. And not just because they coach the sport doesn't mean they're going to help you become a better athlete, but it ultimately help you become a better man, a young man. And then honestly, you know how to give this whatever knowledge that you was imputed on or you were given to somebody else. Like these advices and examples that y'all are giving, y'all can definitely give this to a sibling, or even an adult, on how to control your emotions.
Who's a coach that had an impact on your life?
Man, my high school list can go on. I have Coach Chandler, very father figure, Coach Traylor. A vivid memory of me and Coach Traylor after my last high school game. He comes and grabs me, tears are flying. This is my last high school time playing football and high school football. And he comes and tell me, hey, you're going to continue playing football, so you don't have to be too much worried about this. And that's what I needed during that time because I didn't have any offers at that moment. I didn't know if college football was going to really be my reality. It was my dream, but it wasn't my reality at that moment. And he gave me that words of encouragement right then and there. Coach Nick, great influencer. Coach Callis, great motivator. Coach Suggs, my high school coach. We didn't really have that type of relationship when I was a high school player, but fast forward, he was always there when I needed him, just a phone call away. And I have all these coaches, in my phone till this day. Coach Searles, call me Bubble Guts, you know what I'm saying? I played running back, man, great dude. Coach Broussard, another hard-nosed father figure type coach. And these guys was just a great mentor to me because for me, I didn't have that quote-unquote father figure, or a male role model like that growing up. I grew up early. My mom had me young. I was raised by my great-grandparents. And so, like, my mom was young, my step-pops was young, and so they was figuring things out on their own as well. And so they stepped up at the right time when I needed it, when I'm a 15, 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid, that's looking for that guidance in a positive way. How important is it to balance, academics and sports?
My parents have always been strict about grades, so grades have always been a priority for me. I always said I was going to go to college, and so grades always been a priority, but I don't think I'd have my grades being as good as they are if I didn't have football. Football was the biggest reason why I kept such a high GPA, such high academic standard for myself. I saw some of my closest friends not being able to be on the field with me, so being able to balance academics and football was really big for me. I knew I had to keep a high academic standard if I wanted to keep playing, and my parents enforced that. My mom told me that if my grades dropped, I wasn't going to be able to play football.
Throughout high school, I've always had good grades. I pay attention in class. I feel like it costs nothing to pay attention.
It costs nothing to pay attention. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
So it's like if you give it a chance, if you listen, if you actually care or act like you care about the grades in the class or about the work or anything, all it takes is effort for you to pass the class. I feel like you really have to try to fail, because if you just do your work.
That's another one. You have to try to fail. That's another one. But we ain't gonna elaborate. We'll say that for another episode.
I feel like you have to try to fail. So if you just do your work, if your teacher sees that you're doing your work, then, and if you are struggling, she's gonna help you. She's gonna make you pass it for trying.
Like I said before, my grades were a big problem in my high school career because I failed freshman year. People making fun of me, telling me I'm not gonna graduate, but
yeah, on
25
time.
coming.
Yeah,
it's time now. All that hard work been paid off, and my mom gave me the talk my freshman year when I fell off, when I didn't get to go to the other grade, that I'm gonna be the first out of all the boys that she has. I'm gonna be the first one to graduate. And when she told me that it's time to go hard in the classroom, I try to show up every day, finish the work on time. I feel like last year I really gotta turn on the grades with the playing time, because no pass, no play.
So let me go back to, you mentioned something just now. You said your mom had a conversation with you and said you'll be the first boy to graduate high school, how many boys?
5, no, 3 of us.
3. And you'll be the first to graduate. When she first told you that, how did that make you feel?
Motivation. It made me feel some type of way that she believes in me. To see one of her sons doing something great. Just whenever we had the ceremony, she was crying because all the accomplishments that I did over there at the school.
That's a blessing, man. For the young generation that's watching this, what's the most important year for you to take care of your academics? Freshman year.
Sets you up for success or failure.
Sets the tone.
It's
right.
a lot easier for you to bring your GPA down than it is for you to bring it up.
Since we're on academics, who's top 10%? Both of y'all. Kudos to them. Good job.
How are your grades going?
I've never fell off the team. Put it like that. But no, on a serious note, my grades was never an issue. It wasn't a lot to pass a class. I was very respectful to my teachers. What helped me a lot, I was charming. So when I didn't understand anything, I wasn't afraid to go ask questions. I would stay out the class to take notes or to make sure I understood something. And when teachers took note of that, I'm gonna do what I can to help this student out. And he's an athlete. It's one of those things so I'm gonna do what I can to make the effort that he doesn't fail. He's not doing anything to fail. I'm a good student. I wasn't a class clown or anything like that. So when it came to my academics, like you said, no pass, no play. And like you mentioned before, if I didn't play sports, I don't know. I don't know. Even though my mom was very strict on as far as my grades, anything like that. But like I said, I'm a young man living in the inner city of Houston. I could be easily influenced by so many different things. But my only influence was sports. I knew that I wanted to play college, so the first thing that they tell us is, hey, they're gonna look at your grades. So if I know that that's the first thing that they're gonna look at, that's gonna be the first thing I take care of. You know what I'm saying? So it just made sense. And I didn't want to be the talker when it comes to my grades. I would be around guys where great athletes, but they couldn't be on the field, they couldn't be on the court because they couldn't pass their classes. So I don't want to be that guy because in the eyes of my coaches, that guy's going to let me down every time. So and then it carried over into college, and there's an acronym that my college head coach gave me my freshman year. It's called SLANT. Sit up, lean forward, act attentive, nod your head, take notes. And that acronym got me through college. We had to sit in the first 3 rows in college. We're athletes, we represent the campus. We're different from everybody else. And even if it was a subject where I didn't like, it was hard, I'm going to still do that acronym. I'm going to sit up, I'm going to lean forward, I'm going to act attentive, I'm going to nod my head, I'm going to take notes. Take your academics serious, because it teaches you how to be accountable, it teaches you how to be responsible when you got to turn in, homework, assignments, projects on times. And that's all it is. Like me being a teacher now, I see the students, grade sheets and they're missing 36 assignments and 17 assignments and they haven't got this in. And it's just simple things as far as, hey, click here, submit, and you get 100. So it's just one of those things where I just really don't understand because it's so simple.
Another thing I want to talk about is not everybody's going to go to the NFL. It's a crazy statistic about how many people get to go to the NFL. So I feel like it's important to take academics seriously because, let's face it, most of us are going to go in the workforce. You have to know some type of skill if you want to get good money, let alone money. So, get your degree.
Get your degree? How has the recruitment process impacted your decision making when selecting the right college program?
Coaches that highlight academics has been a big part for me. I want to get my degree. I'll be the first for my family to go to a 4-year, get my bachelor's. So obviously having a good school that has a good degree program for my major, be able to pay for it and not put a burden on my family trying to pay for my college, and still be able to be able to play football and get a good degree.
biggest thing. I want to go to a college that's gonna help me a lot when it comes to paying for college, or maybe I don't have to pay out of pocket at all. I'm gonna go where I want it. So like, if a coach like gives me an offer, but then like a few weeks after that never takes me back, never communicates with me constantly, especially out of state, like going to a place where you don't feel welcome or wanted. Yeah, I can imagine that. So I'm basing my decision off communication between coaches, not just one coach, multiple coaches, and whoever wants me, based on communication.
The communication, like Maurice said, is just I want somebody to be all in on me day one. The communication too, and then and then them just rolling the dice on me. I feel like I could show somebody what I could really do if they just give me a chance.
Take a chance. So, let's just talk specifically high school. Like, let's talk about the challenges or even setbacks that you face, whether it's injuries, grades, maybe something that's personal that happened. Like, how did it affect you mentally, and then how did you overcome it?
My freshman year, when I got held back as a freshman again, just always trying to follow the crowd, try to fit in for the first year. Just wasn't really paying attention to my grades and everything that really came with it. And it was just the setbacks that I got. Some other things that I went through was lost my sister last year. And mentally that messed me up because, that was big sis. So
I can recall you going through a lot of adversity. I want to say your sophomore year, because you had an ACL injury, correct? Was that year? And then you ended up getting kicked out of school. You kind of want to elaborate and talk about how you overcame that?
it was tough too because I didn't get surgery till I started going to the school where I went, where they sent me. And when I was at that school, I just did everything I could to just think about the choices that I did to get me there, and when I come back to fix those mistakes and to change my ways and fix the environment.
You talk about you changing your environment, you changing your circle, what you guys call it. And moving forward, now that the season is over with, you also have a few schools that you've accepted into. And just, sometimes in life we have to go through those adversities so we can learn. And then maybe we don't see the big picture now, but right now you in your big picture, So good job with that. Way to overcome adversity. So is there any advice you would like to give to the young athletes on what to do in order to reach their goals? And remember, these are athletes that we're communicating with that hasn't touched a foot in high school yet. Or it could be high school as well, but that's our audience. We're looking for at least middle school or younger. So what three things or what are three advice that y'all would give in order for them to reach their goals?
Don't let setbacks or what you hear bring you down. I ain't have an offer till halfway through my senior season, and my dream had always been to go play college ball. October 1st, I believe, was when I received my first phone call that gave me my first offer. I had people telling me I wasn't going to make it a long time, but I never let that bring me down. Fight for what you want. That's my first. Academics, make sure you focus on your grades, get your grades right, and everything else will fall through. Intelligence brings wealth and power, so if you got intelligence first, everything else is going to follow. Third, a yes sir and a yes ma'am goes a long way. Be respectful.
Amen.
Be respectful. Respect brings a lot. If you're going to give somebody your word, keep it. Set the value of your word as yourself. It can either be worth gold or it can be worth dirt.
Wittiness and charming, like Coach said, like if you're charming, it goes a long way. I've had great relationships with all my teachers, even because I've had a perfect GPA since freshman year of high school, and I feel like a lot of it has come from great relationships with teachers. So make sure that you're having fun. If you're not having fun, it's hard to pursue a future in whatever sport you're doing.
One of the advice that I got is to watch who you hang around, and another one is to show up every day, give 100%, show who you are from day one. Don't try to change who you are. The third one is to be respectful and just show them who you truly can be.
Man, I appreciate you guys' time. That wraps it up on how a ball, changed your lives. And I'm very proud of you guys. So you say your first offer was October 1st, and how many do you have now?
11.
11?
Yes, sir.
And you have 5?
I got 4 on the way.
4 on the way. All right, and guys, it's very, joyful in my heart to see you guys go up from, 14-year-olds to where you are now. And this is just a chapter in your life that's finna close, once you walk that stage, and another chapter's gonna open. You're into the real world as men, and these things is gonna carry you throughout your life. You're gonna see once you're in those locker rooms that people are from different places, they grew up different from you, and always stick to your roots. Like Comp said, always be who you are, and you never know who's watching. So show that respect, that yes sir, that yes ma'am, and take care of your grades and that hard work that you guys always putting in, because somebody's always watching, and somebody either is going to be inspired or they're going to be discouraged.